Hey everybody, welcome, and thanks for joining me for Pathfinder Kingmaker. We're at the this lodge, secluded lodge. Doomra here is I guess she said it's her home. She's just opening up to us for a little retreat. Hey, who's this leaning against the wall? Okay, just a citizen. We're gonna head back out. And I think just do a little bit more exploring. We've kind of just been going to some areas we haven't been yet that have been marked on the map. I think since we actually own the territory, we should explore the rest of the Kama lands. So let's head back over to Shambling Steppes. Then head east from here. Got a resource. Let's pick that up. 2 culture. Don't have the BP. Can we buy any? We're within our borders, so we should be able to buy some here. We've got some new things going on too. Let's see. Monster invasion. Monsters are erupting from the bodies of fallen citizens. Okay, right. Yeah, we had that happen. Subjects need their baron in the capital. Can we go to the... can't go to the throne room from here. Hands of gold. Opportunity. An unknown self-taught master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare quality has appeared in the region. Such people are rare. Something should be done to entice her to stay. Now, before we start anything, it sounds like we need to head back. Change of plans. We can pick this up first. We're on our way. Nobody else explode into a monster.
Resting would be nice, don't you think?
We picked that one up. I can't tell if we picked up to that resource. Let's head to the throne room. See what's going on. Castle. The epidemic continues. More and more people die. More and more monsters roam your land. Some of your subjects have already fled in search of safer havens. Your barony's very existence is in danger. We do have good news, too. I managed to gather some information that I hope will help you eliminate the threat before it's too late. Shortly after the epidemic started, goblins began appearing everywhere. The locals reported that these goblins have been celebrating and shouting something about the day of glory for Lamashtu, when all humans would be eaten by monsters and only goblins would remain. Sounds disturbing, does it not? Lamashtu? What do we know about her? She's called the Mother of Monsters. Her symbol is the 3-eyed jackal head. She's an ancient and extremely evil goddess who spreads nightmares, insanity, and perhaps of most interest to us, monsters. Her worshippers are mostly of the more monstrous races like goblins, lamias, and gnolls. That said, there's no short supply of secret followers and cults among more civilized peoples too, including the people of the River Kingdoms. The goblins are behind this disaster, then? Behind it? Doubtful. Benefiting from it? Quite likely. I'd surmise that the true cause of this disaster is either human cultists of Lamashtu, or even worse, some supernatural creature related to her. In any case, the goblins likely know enough to provide some clue. So we need to find a goblin leader and press them for information. Any idea where to begin the search? Alas, nothing more than vague speculations. Once you alerted your subjects to the danger, they began defending themselves as best they could. My agents couldn't catch even a single goblin alive. But rumor has it that the goblin village lies somewhere in the Kama lands. Hope it helps you to save the lives of your people. Jhod's here, too. Jhod's eyes are bloodshot and his posture is slack. The wrinkles on his face have deepened and his sparse hair has gone gray. It's a disaster, Your Grace. We have an epidemic developing in the country. The afflicted first get a fever, then a bloody cough, then several hours later. The cleric shakes his head and grimaces, and that's just half the trouble. Afterward, the bodies of the afflicted become like some kind of cocoon and monsters hatch out of them. People keep dying and we haven't the slightest clue what's causing it or how to deal with it. Well, yeah, we're trying to deal with that. Tristian and I established a field hospital in the building of the former prison. Don't look at me like that. There were no better places to choose from. Frankly, we were lucky to find this one. To cut a long story short, we have a female patient who's volunteered for vivisection. It means cutting into her living body to look for the source of this disease. After the surgery, Hera still forgive us. We'll be lucky if we can close her up and let her go alive and well. However, we don't want to do it without your presence, Your Grace, so please try to find some time to attend. There's one more thing. Jhod hands you a battered letter. Keston, that dunce, sent a message. He rambles from place to place. These letters are all we ever receive. Well, just read it. I guess it's urgent. Your Grace, please forgive me my sudden disappearance. I deemed myself of more use among your subjects than at court. The people are afraid, Your Grace. They believe that they've been forgotten, that their ruler couldn't care less about the simple folk, even as they perish each and every day. For this reason, those who can bear arms are starting to take matters into their own hands. A wild mob is a force to be reckoned with, and you already have enough to worry about. Fortunately, I was able to convince these people that I'm on their side. In the end, I have decided to lead this militia myself, in order to be the first one to know whenever the people learn something new and to protect them from making rash decisions. I've led troops before, and your subjects view me as one of their own, so they trust me and are willing to follow me. It was with a heavy heart that I left your castle, but my hope was that once among the common people I would be able to track down the source of the disease that struck the barony. I was recently informed that one of the squads scouring the outlying regions of Common had encountered a mysterious shrine. Our spies report that at the beginning of each week, cultists gather there to worship the dark goddess Lamashtu, the patroness of all manner of hideous creatures. So are these the same cultists that Tristian's been going after, or are we talking about different people? That meeting was going to be in the Common Lands, I think. I know little of the gods and their affairs, but the appearance of the Mother of Beasts and her followers in a land teeming with monsters can hardly be a coincidence. As soon as I've finished writing this letter, I shall lead a squad of my best men there and await your arrival. I ask for your help, Your Grace, for I shall need it to strangle this filth in its cradle. Who knows, perhaps we'll capture one of the cultists alive and find out if they and their goddess are behind the misfortunes of your barony. Your local servant, Keston Garrus. Okay. We're still talking about the vivisection. What exactly are you going to do? What? We're going to find the source of the disease, that's what. Once the monster emerges, the body of the afflicted is torn to pieces, making it impossible to learn anything from the remains. But we found one brave woman who gave us permission to cut her open. The straits are dire. We don't know exactly what we're looking for, and the vivisection is extremely dangerous for the patient. But we're left with no other choice. Why wait for volunteers? What do we know about this disease? Not much, just primary symptoms, actually. We're not even sure if it's a disease, a curse, or some magic parasite. Perhaps with your help, we'll manage to learn more. Any progress curing the disease? How should I put it? We've got none. We haven't been able to save a single patient yet. We're like blind kittens bumping against a wall, and we have nothing to show for it. Alright, let's go. This gonna be an actual thing or like a storybook? I guess it's an actual place. We should have rested first. This is our hospital. Jhod shows you around the bleak, comfortless building with its barred cells. The prison is certainly not the best location nor the healthiest, but it's better than nothing. Also, it might be cruel to say this, but considering the nature of the malady, It would be safer for everyone if the patients were kept behind the bars until they are healed. I hope the city will get a proper clinic in time. Why the prison? Was there no place more suitable? If only the city had a clinic. Even if it did, the prison would still be the best choice. Don't forget, at any moment, one of the patients could, die and release a monster. It's safer for everyone if we keep them locked up. That sounds prudent. Where are all the prison inmates? There were not but a few pickpockets locked away here. We put them to work cleaning the place up, then set them free. There is one still here, though. He wasn't some petty thief, but a seasoned highwayman. What have you already tried? Standard spells to heal disease, remove poison, and lift curses, all ineffective. Attempting to dispel the magic is also fruitless. I fear we may be dealing with a curse of strength enough to surpass our own faith. It isn't a matter of faith. I don't think it's a disease, let alone some powerful curse. I suspect it's some sort of parasite, hiding itself within the body. Nonsense. We've detected magic suffusing each patient's body, evenly distributed. If it was some sort of parasite, it would be a simple matter to detect. Then it's able to disguise itself. Maybe it's poisoning their blood with its magic. By the sun, we return to this argument over and over. It's been days. Let's stop talking and try doing something already. Who's our patient? Her name is Madla Stasik, a peasant woman from a nearby village. We hadn't seen any prior cases of the disease there. I pray for that brave woman. She's the first one to mount the courage necessary to volunteer for the surgery. We cannot let her down. Where will the surgery take place? Well, that room was previously a torture chamber. There was already a suitable table. Oh my gosh. Well, isn't that ironic? This is no laughing matter. You're right. Give me a few moments to look around. If you must, please, but don't take too long. So we're still updating that quest. Mother of Monsters. Who's infecting the civilians? Who's filling the lands with bloodthirsty monsters? Could it be Lamashtu? Okay, we're in a new main quest here, I think. Maybe that's the same one. Season of Bloom. If so, we have to look for answers among her followers, the filthy goblins. Somewhere in the Common Lands, an entire goblin village is hidden away. We have to search the region thoroughly and find it at all costs. Witch hunt. Dark times have come to our long-suffering barony. The number of people infected by the mysterious blight continues to grow. Many scared people are fleeing lands they believe to be doomed, while those who stay are entertaining ideas of rebellion. But that's the point of utter darkness, to let the beam of hope shine ever brighter. While others strain their brains in laboratories and chasing dodgy goblins, Keston Garrus, a loyal vassal of our baron, began his own investigation and found something so nasty that it demanded his grace's personal attention. He wants to meet near the shrine of Lamashtu on Monday. Okay. Seed of Sorrow. What initially looked like an invasion has turned out to be an epidemic. Unknown disease kills anyone who becomes infected, then the monsters hatch from their corpses. Jhod and Tristian have established a field hospital in the capital. It isn't of much use yet, but they hope to discover a cure before the disease are all torn to pieces. Okay. Got one prisoner here. Oh, there's a patient. We talked to this. I don't got a plague. I'm just a normal highwayman. We need to close his door there. Here's Madla. Volunteer. Noticing you, the patient, a ruddy-faced, middle-aged peasant woman, blinks her eyes. Imagine that, His Grace himself paying me a visit. Good health to you. I'm Madla Stasik from Sedgedale. So you think these priests of yours can really heal me? With Aristil's help, they could, I bet. Just look how brainy they seem, the two of them. Yeah, they are pretty brainy. How are you feeling? I got a fever, cough too, and I can't eat. I feel like puking all the time. I've been through worse though, born 6 kids and survived, but still this scares me breathless. Each tingle in my body gets me to shaking, and I think to myself, that's it. It started, now I'll be ripped to shreds. Tell me about yourself. Nothing to tell, really. We're simple people with simple lives. Spent all mine in Sedgedale. It's by Gudrun River, past Silverstep Lake. Raised my children there, then grandchildren. Never seen monsters worse than goblins then. But now, owlbears and hydras everywhere. I prayed to the gods to spare our village, but no, this blight fell right upon my own head. Why did you volunteer for this surgery? I'm scared like a hare, truth be told, but this is no mere cold. Can't just hope it'll pass on its own. At least this way I got some hope, right? And then, well, the doctors will figure it out, what to do about the plague. I'm no hero, not me, but sometimes you gotta think about others too. If they end up butchering me, at least maybe they can figure out how to save someone else. If I gotta die, let it be for a good cause, right? Get ready, we're about to begin. Long as you're nearby, I got nothing to be scared of. Well, you're maybe a little bit more optimistic about this than I am.
It is done.
Let's head into the torture chamber. Begin the surgery. Air still be with us. Sarah and Ray help us. Glancing nervously at the various medical instruments, the brave peasant woman got up on the operating table. Just don't butcher me is all I ask, she muttered in a trembling voice. Meanwhile, the foremost medical experts in the room still couldn't agree on what exactly it was they were trying to do. Stop arguing with me. Coughing up blood is a sure sign the problem is in the lungs. We look there, Jhod insisted. No, it's the nausea we should be focusing on. We need to examine the stomach, Tristian objected. The clerics turned to the Baron in desperation, asking him to resolve their dispute. After careful consideration, he decided just by coin toss. I may be tempted to side with Jhod. This is maybe more to our nature. Flip a coin, guys. I don't think we have anything better at this point. The clerics exchanged perplexed glances, but they couldn't come up with a better solution. Heads, Jhod said weakly. Tails, Tristian answered with a heavy sigh. The Baron tossed a coin. It came up tails. Jhod shook his head, and after a short prayer to Aristil, he took the lance that Tristian offered him. So we're doing Tristian's bidding here, following his idea. Candlelight reflected off the surgical instruments and potion bottles. As Jhod's scalpel made the first incision on the woman's skin, I could hear her inhale loudly through clenched teeth. I confess I lacked the courage to watch the surgery even after I turned away. I couldn't help but tremble from hearing the poor woman's screams. The air filled with the acrid scent of medical potions, while Tristian mumbled prayers to ease the patient's pain, simultaneously scanning her body with magical sight. All I could do was whisper my own prayers, but the Baron, he didn't lose his courage. We're probably not going to do that. -3. We might have trouble with all these. Maybe diplomacy. Yeah. Took the patient's hand and whispered something in her ear, distracting her from the pain. I couldn't hear exactly what he said, but it worked. Charmed by his words, the peasant woman managed to stay still and let the cleric perform the surgery. Poor woman's screams and crying were unbearable. I couldn't begin to imagine what she was going through. I'm such a fool, Jhod finally exclaimed. You were right. I'm glad we listened to you. Tristian used a healing spell to close the wound in the woman's stomach, and Jhod showed everyone the strange item he'd extracted. It looked like some kind of seed, a glowing, pulsing, thumb-sized seed. Before anyone could say anything, it flashed in Jhod's fingers. He dropped it on the floor just in time. On the spot where the seed landed, a portal opened and a roaring monster jumped out of it. Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad we got it out of Madla. She's back up. Walking around already. Gotta fight an owlbear on her own, though. I feel like Lindsay should be here since she was here to read that story, or write the story. It's like it's sickened and stunned and staggered. See what a bone shatter does. I was just gonna say I doubt these guards are gonna do much, but you got a hit in there. We do have Tristian with us and Jhod.
Oh, Serenray, I see your light.
Jeez, Tristian. Maybe we should have had some equipment on him. He just got wrecked. I don't like this very well. We can't access our potion stash here at least. We still drink that? No. Let's hope these guards can get some more hits in. Bone Shaker seemed to do more than Bone Shatter. Guess not that time. Okay, now we can drink this. Would have liked more than 7 HP from that potion. Come on, guys. Jhod's gonna be going down next. Jeez. We could be hasting. It doesn't help them. We let these prisoners out to help us. Jhod, oh, buddy. Burning Arc or Molten Orb? Or just, maybe we better just use these fireballs. No reason to save those. Yeah. Should have done that from the start. Although, might not have been able to with Jhod there. I hope Jhod gets back up after this. We need him to buy scrolls from. There's There's a lot of blood around him, though. Okay, Jhod's getting up. Oh, so is our guard. Good deal. Jhod wipes the sweat from his brow, not even noticing the blood still on his hands. Aristil and Sarenrae be praised. They were truly on our side this day. It's a miracle. Tristian hands Jhod a clean towel. Jhod pulls himself together and wipes his hands and face. So, what have we learned? We've learned that I was a pompous fool and Tristian was right all along. It's not a disease, but a parasite. Something of vegetative origin. It resembles a seed. I'm sorry, my friend. I should have wagged my tongue less and listened to you more. Please don't mention it. It was a lucky guess, not worthy of your praise. Are you able to cure others of the disease now? Yes, now that we know what to do, we can extract the seeds with much less risk to the patients, and with much less suffering. What will you do next? There are still many patients here. We'll start work on them immediately. And you, your grace, may want to search for the source of this disease. We still know neither where these seeds come from, nor how they get into people's bodies. New patients arrive daily, and how many never even find their way to a hospital? Our efforts here are not enough by themselves. We need to find the root of this problem. Please find the source of those wretched seeds. So we discovered the source of the disease, strange seeds in people's stomachs. We also learned how to cure it. The surgery is certainly not pleasant, but it's a far sight better than being torn to pieces. Now we just have to find out what these seeds really are, where they come from, and how they get inside people. Once we know that, we'll find the plant that spreads these seeds, cut it down, burn its remains, and salt the soil where it grew so this never happens again. Okay. Sounds like we need to go to the Kama lands.
No stopping now.
Maybe we ought to take Tristian with us. Alright, let's stop in here. Got some Thorax pendants, Token of the Dryad, Paladin Warrior dog tags. Okay. Let's go get rested up. And checking in at the table. Keston's not here managing. I'm assuming he comes back at some point. Hands of Gold. How do we tell what day of the week it is? And we're supposed to go on Monday to meet Keston. Let's put Octavia on that. Better chance with Amiri. I guess she's not doing anything else at the moment. Harem and Jubilost for all these projects. They're both busy for a while. We do need to claim the South Gnarl marches, but I'm not going to worry about that for the time being. Yes, how do we know what day of the week it is? Is that out here on the HUD somewhere? Ah, Sunday. Okay. So tomorrow. I don't know if we could even get there by tomorrow with travel time. I guess we can make that our next try. I guess
Onward.
if we're gonna take Tristian with us, then we should at least level him up. Oh, we already did a pre-made build with him, I guess. Just keep going with that. I don't remember doing that, but I must have jumped right into that. Okay. I think, let's see, like,
Await.
we've got camping supplies and some potions, plenty of scrolls, I think. I think we're good. So we're gonna take a break here, and then next time when we come back, we'll head to the Kama lands, and I guess maybe take Tristian with us and take care of his quest thing, which to look, but it seems like that might relate to our main quest. Kingdom of the Cleansed, that's different from... So these are different cultists from these Lamashtu. It's interesting. I guess we'll maybe look at the map. I think we probably need to take care of this before we worry about this. I'll maybe think about that a little bit, and when we come back next time, we'll head out and do, I guess, one of those two things. Anyway, thanks for being here and watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it, and I hope to see you again. Bye-bye.